Shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Thumb to all the Akim out there, all the brothers, and then Yahweh Shema Alatham by Hashem Yahushua to all the Akwafi and all the sisters out there. This is the Baltimore Sabbath Service, and we are going to be continuing in the book of Kings. We're in 2 Kings, and we're going to continue the story with 2 Kings. And just to give you a quick background, Kings is a book. Of course, it's self-explanatory because of the title. It goes into the of how the kingdom of Israel, when it was split, how you had two kingdoms, pretty much the kingdom of Israel and the kingdom of Judah. So when you finish, we're going to turn this forward. The kingdom of Israel and the kingdom of Judah. They were split because of the sin of Solomon, because of the sin of Solomon, and because so we're going to go into it today. We're in 2 Kings chapter 18. We're going to, of course, read it in the Hebrew, and then we're going to read it in the English. So we're in 2 Kings
when you go to rename folder,
chapter
right,
18, verse 1.
Oh.
Verse 1. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 1, the Hebrew. Wayahaya, Shanath, Shalash, Lahawashai, Bun, Allah, Malak, Yasha'ala, Malak, Hazakiah, 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 Salakia, Hazakoyah, Salakia, Hazakoyah, Bun, Achaz, Malak, Yahawada. Verse 2, Bun, Ashariam, Wakamash, Shana, Haya, Bamalakwa, Wa Ishariam, Wathashai, Shana, Malak, Warayarashalam, Washam, Amawa. Amawa, Abiyah, Bath, Zachariah, Zachariah. Verse 3, Wa Aisha, Hayashar, Ba'ayanya, Yahweh, Kakal, Ashar, Isha, Nawada, Abayawa. Verse 4, Hawa'ah, Hasayar, Af, Habamawath, Washabar, Af, Hamatazabath, Wakarath, Af, Hawashara, Wakathath, Nakash, Hanakashath, Ashar, Aisha, Masha, Kaya, Ai, Hayanyam, Hahama, Hayawa, Bunya, Yasha'ala, Makwatarium, Lawa, Wayakwara, Lawa, Nakashatan. Verse 5, Wayahawa, Alahaya, Yasha'ala, Patak, Wa'akaria Hawa, La'a, Haya, Kama Hawa, Bakal, Malakia, Yahawada, Wa Ashar, Hayawa, Lapanyawa. Verse 6, Waya the Bak, Wayahawa, La'a, Sar, Ma'akariawa, Waya Shamar, Matazawatyawa, Ashar, Tazawa, Yahawa, Masha. Verse 7, Wahaya, Yahawa, Imwa, Bakal, Ashar, Yataza'a, Yashakayal, Waya Marad, Bamalak, Aishawar, Wala'a, Ibadwa. And that's it. We'll be now reading it in the English. I'm going to have you read some Hebrew. We're going to be reading it in the English.
Come. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 1 through verse 1. Now it came to pass in the 3rd year of Hoshea, son of Elah, king of Israel, and Hezekiah, the son of Oz, king of Judah, began to reign. Verse 2, 25 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name also was Abi, the daughter of Zechariah. Verse 3, and he did that which was right in the sight of the Most High, according to all that David his father did. Verse 4, he removed the high places and break the image and cut down the grooves and break in pieces the brazen serpent that Moses had made. For unto those days the children of Israel did burn incense in it, and he called it Nehushtan. Verse 5.
Let me stop right there. So when a righteous king would come along, we talked about this before, but one of the sisters told me last week, Shalom, she told me last week, and I did forget to make this point, but I wanted to point out something. When a righteous king would come along, he would do a few things. Number one, he would tear down the high places. Because you did have some kings that did what was right in the sight of the Most High and in their own household, but they were still allowing people. You weren't to have high places. You were supposed to come to Jerusalem to make your sacrifices, but people were making sacrifices within their gates, to their idols, or they were just making sacrifices within their gates, and you weren't supposed to do that. So a righteous king would take down those places where they were making sacrifices, because you're only supposed to make a sacrifice at the altar, okay, where the priest would take your sacrifice. So a righteous king that was completely righteous would do that. They would also get rid of the sodomites out of the land. They would get rid of all the sodomites because, in Israel, a lot of times when they had these high places, there would be a lot of sodomites in the land. So they would get rid of them. They would get rid of the people with alternative lifestyles. They would get rid of them out of the land. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So that's what King Hezekiah was doing. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Verse 5. He trusted in the Most High of Israel, so that after him was none like him among all the kings of Judah, nor any that were before him. Verse 6. For he clave to the Most High and departed not from following him, but kept his commandments, which the Most High commanded Moses. Verse 7. And the Most High was with him, and he prospered. And he prospered whithersoever he went forth, and he rebelled against the king of Assyria and served him not.
Excellent. Also, does anybody else know what a righteous king did? They always did this to make sure that Israel was back on track. Does anybody remember that from a couple classes? They would tear down the high places. They would drive the people with alternative lifestyles out of the land. They would do something else to make sure that Israel was on track. Does anybody remember what they would always do?
Go at their enemies.
Okay, you're thinking there's something they would in particular to make sure that Israel understood the law. What would they do?
Well, put the elders to go out and teach.
They would send the priest out. They would send the priest and Levites out. What the king would also do is he would renew the covenant. It's like renewing the contract. Okay, so he would bring Israel all together, and usually it would probably be at a feast time, and they would read the covenant. Okay, and when they would read the covenant, the people would pretty much say what they said on Mount Sinai. Everything that you're saying, that the Most High is saying, we will do. Okay, so this was that was a verbal, especially in ancient times, what we would do is our word was important. What we said, that's why you just couldn't say anything. And that's what you get. My word is bond, So that was the verbal contract. Like, we agreed to the terms. And they would read the blessings and the cursings before everybody. And then, like Officer Korah said, priests would go out, the Levites would go out, they would teach the people. They would even help them understand during the feast time. All right. So that's another thing a righteous king of Hezekiah would do, or did do. All right. Let's go ahead and keep reading. Let's read 2 Kings 18. We're going to be reading verses 8 through 14 in the Hebrew. Oh, I'm the last having to start the Hebrew. All right. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Hawa'ah. We're going to verse 4. Hawa'ah. Hakah. Ah. Halashafim. Izah. Wa'af. Gabawalaya. Mama Gadol. Nawatazarium. Ayar. Matazar. Verse 9. Wayahaya. Vashana. Hara. Yahya. Salakia. Lamala. Kazakwayahawa. Haya. Hashana. Hashabayayaf. Lahawashai. Ban. Allah. Malak. Yasha'ala. Ilam. Shalama na Asar. Malak. Ashawar. Shamarwan. Wayatazar. Aliyah. Verse 10. Wayalakada. Makwatazaha. Shalash. Shanyam. Bashanath. Shash or Shasha. Lakazakya. Hayawa. Shanath. Thashai. Lahawashai. Malak. Yasha'ala. Nala Kada. Shamarwan. Verse 11. Wayagal. Malak. Ashawar. Yasha'ala. Ashawara. Wayanakam. Bakalak. Wabakabawar. Nahar. Gabazan. Wa'arya. Madya. Verse 12. Ashar. La'ab. Shemayawa. Bakwal. Yahweh. Alahayim. Wayai Barwa. Barayathwa. Call. Ashar. Tazawa. Masha. Ibad. Yahweh. Wala'ad. Shemaiwa. Wala'am. Aishawa. Verse 13. Rabbi. Asherah. Shana. Lamalak. Kazak. Koya. Allah. Sanakaria. Malak. Ashawar. Call. Arya. Yahawada. Haba Tazarwath. Waya Hasham. Verse 14. Waya Shalak. Kazakya. Malak. Yahawada. Malak. Ashawar. Laka Yasha. La'amar. Kata'afya. Shawab. Ma'alya. Ashar. Pathan. Alya. Asha'ah. Wayasham. Malak. Ashawar. Kazakya. Malak. Yahawada. Shalash. Ma'awath. Kakar. Kasak. Washalathyam. Kakar. Zahab. And that's it. All right, we'll be reading now 2 Kings chapter 18, 8 through 14.
Second Kings chapter 8. And he smite the Philistines with even unto Gaza and the borders thereof, from the tower of the watchmen of Salat. From the tower of the watchmen to the fence. Verse 9. And it came to pass in the 4th year of the King Hezekiah, which was the 7th year of Hoshea son of Elah, king of Israel, that Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, Assyria came up against Samaria and besieged it. Verse 10. And at the end of the 3 year, they took it. Even in the sixth year of Hezekiah, that it is the 9th year of Hoshea, king of Israel, Samaria was taken.
So, like, if I may, so, and you know, Samaria was the capital that they made for the northern kingdom. So the northern kingdom was taken by Assyria. All right, the northern tribes. So that was Ephraim, Manasseh, Naphtali, Dan, Gad, Asher. You know, all the northern tribes. They were taken. And Judah, the southern kingdom, remained for a little bit, but then, you know, they were taken into captivity as well. But the northern kingdom initially was, because none of them kings were righteous. All them kings were breaking the commandments of the Most High. All right, go ahead.
Verse 11. And the king of Assyria did carry away Israel unto Assyria, and put them in Halah, and in Habor, by the river of Gozan, and in the city of Medis. Verse 12. Because they obeyed not the voice of the Most High, their power, but transgressed his covenant, and all that Moses, the servants of the Most High, commanded, and would not hear them, nor do them.
And see, when we get into the book of Chronicles, before they even went into captivity, it says that the Most High sent prophets day and night. But these they just would not hear. They would not hear, and they would not repent and would not change. First of all, they weren't even coming to Jerusalem to make the sacrifices, to even keep the feasts. They were making their own feast days, okay, doing their own things. All right, go ahead.
Verse 13. Now in the 14th year of King Hezekiah did Sennacherib, king of Assyria, come up against all the fenced cities of Judah, and took them. Verse 14. And Hezekiah, king of Judah, sent to the king of Assyria to Lachish, saying, I have offered, return from me, that which thou puttest on me will I bear. And the king of Assyria appointed unto Hezekiah, king of Judah, 300 talents of silver and 30 talents of gold.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Now we're going to be reading 2 Kings 18, 15 through 21. We're going to read that in the Hebrew, and then we'll get it in the English. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 15. Wayathan, Kazakia, Kal, Hakasak, Hanamataza, Bayah, Yahweh, Waba'ad, Tazar, Wariyat, Waf, Bayah, Hamalak, verse 16. Ba'ai, Ya'ah, Kutazai, Kazakia, Dalafawaf, Hayakal, Yahweh, Wa'af, Manawaf, Ashar, Tazapah, Kazakia, Malak, Yahawada, Waya Thanum, Lamalak, Ashawar, verse 17. Waya Shalak, Malak, Ashawar, Af, Tharathun, Wa'af, Rab, Sarias, Wa'af, Rab, Shaqua, Man, Lakayash, Al, Hamalak, Kazakyawa, Bakayal, Kabad, Yerushalayim, Waya Awab, Waya Awab, Yerushalayim, Waya Awab, Waya Awab, Waya Aimadwa, Batha Alaf, Baka, Habaraka, Ha'ilaya Wana, Ashar, Bamasalaf, Shaddad, Kawabas, verse 18. Wayakorawab, all, Hamalak, Wayataza, Alaham, Alayakyam, Bun, Halakwe, Kalakya, Wa, Ashar, Al, Habayath, Washa, Bana, Hasarpar, Waya, Wa'ak, Bun, Asak, Hamasakyar, verse 19. Waya Amar, Alaham, Rabbah, Shaqua, Amarwa Na'a Al Kazak Yahuwah Ka Amar Hamalat Hagad Dawal Malak Ashawar Ma Haba to Hamatakwan Hazar Ashar Batakaf verse 20 Amarath Ak Dabar Shapathium Aitazah Wagabo Ra Lamala Kama Aitha Al Maya Bata Kaf Kaya Maradath Baya verse 21 Aitha Hana Bata Kaf Laka Al Masha Ainath Hakwana Harataza Wataza Haiza Al Matazarium Ashar Yasamak Ayash Alyawa Waba'a Bakatwa Wana Kwaba Khan Paraiha Malak Matazarium Lakal Habatakyum Alyawa. And that's it. Okay, now we're going to be reading 2 Kings 18, 15 through 21 in the English.
2 Kings 15. And Hezekiah gave him all the silver that was found in the house of the Most High, and in the treasures of the king's house. Verse 16. At that time did Hezekiah cut off the gold from the doors of the temple of the Most High, and from the pillars which Hezekiah king of Judah had overlaid, and gave it to the king of Assyria. Verse 17. And the king of Assyria sent Tartan, and the king of Israel sent Tartan and Rabsirius and Rabshakeh from Lachish to King Hezekiah with a great host against Jerusalem. And they went up and came to Jerusalem. And when they were come up, they came and stood by the conduct of the upper pool, which is in the highway of the fuller's field. Verse 18. And when they had called to the king, there came out to them Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, which was over the household of Shebna, the scribe, and Joha, the son of Asaph. Asaph, the recorder. Verse 19. And Rabshakeh said unto them, Speak ye now to Hezekiah. Thus saith the great king, the king of Assyria, what confidence is this wherein thou trustest? Verse 20. Where we start at?
Verse 21.
Thou sayest, but they are but vain words. I have counsel and strengthened for the war. Now on whom doest thou trust, that thou rebellest against me? Verse 20. Now behold, thou trustest upon the staff of this bruised reed, even upon Egypt, on which if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt unto all that trust on him.
All right, we're going to go ahead and continue. We're going to read 2 Kings chapter 18, 22 through 28. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 22 in the Hebrew. Wakaya Amarwan Aliyah Al Yahweh Alahayanawa Bataknawa Hawa'a Ashar Hasayar Kazak Yahuwah Af Bamath Yahweh Wa'af Maza Bakath Yahweh Wayamar La Yahawada Wala Yarashalam Lapunya Hama Zabak, Hazab, Thasha, Thasha, the Shakak, the Shathak, but by Yerushalayim, verse 23, Ba'aitha, Hatha Irab, Na'ah, Adunya, Malak, Ashawar, Thana, Laka, Alatyum, Sawasyum, Call, Lathath, Laka, Rakabium, Al Yahum, verse 24, Yak, the Shiyab, Punya, Akath, Akkad, Ibadium, Adunya, Haquatanium, with Batak, Laka, Tazarium, Rakab, Wala Parashium, verse 25. Aitha, Hama Aida, Yahweh, Al Yathya, Hama Quorum, Hazah, Laha Shakafla, Yahweh, Amar, Alyo, Allah, Al, Ha'arataza, Haza'ath, Wahashak Yatha, verse 26. Wayamar, Alayakyum, Ban, Kalash Yahweh, Washa Bana, Waya Wa'ak, Al, Ram, Shakwa, Dabar, Al, Ibadyaka, Aramayath, Kaya, Shemayim, Anaknawa, Wa'al, the Dabar, Inawa, Yahweh Das, Yahweh Dayash, like Zanya, Ha'ain, Ashar, Al, Hama, verse 27, Wayamar, Alahayim, Ra, Shakwa, Ha'al, Adunyaka, Wa'alyaka, Shalakanya, Adunya, Ladabar, Af, Hadarabium, Ha'allah, Hala'ah, Al, Ha'anashium, Hayashabium, Al, Hachama, La'akal, Af, Hara Yahum, Wala Shaswa, Af, Shayan Yahum, Imakam, verse 28, Waya Amad, Rab, Shakwa, Waya Kwara, Bakwa Wall, Gara Wall, Yahweh Dayath, Waya Dabar, Waya Amar, Shemaiwa, Dabar, Hamalak, Hagada Wall, Malak, Ashawar, and that's it. We're now going to be reading 1 Kings chapter 18, 22 through 28.
2 Kings chapter 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 22. But if ye say unto me, we trust in the Most High our power, is not that he whose high place and whose altars Hezekiah have taken away, and have said to Judah and Jerusalem, ye shall worship before this altar in Jerusalem.
Notice how he said you should worship on the altar. That's the altar in Jerusalem, because people were making their own altars, worshiping wherever they wanted. Right?
Verse 23. Now therefore, I pray thee, give pledges to my Lord, King of Assyria, and I will deliver thee 2,000 horses, if thou be able, on thine part to set riders upon them. Verse 24. How then wilt thou turn away the face of one captain of the least of my master's servants, and put thine trust on Egypt for chariots and for horsemen? Verse 25. Am I now come up without the Most High against this place to destroy it? The Lord said to me, go up against this land and destroy it. Verse 26. Then said Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, and Shebna and Jonah unto Rabshakeh. Speak, I pray thee, to thine servant in Syrian language, for we understand it, and talk not with us in the Jews' language in the ears of the people that are on the wall. Verse 27. But Rabshakeh said unto them, have my master sent me to thy master and to thee to speak these words? Have he not sent me to the men which sit on the wall, that they may eat their own dung and drink their own piss with you? Verse 28. Then Rabshakeh stood and cried with a loud voice in the Jews' language, and speak, saying, hear the word of the great king, the king of Assyria.
I'm just gonna read the last two, three verses.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go now. We're gonna go to 2 Kings, chapter 18, 29 through 35. Okay, we're gonna read that in the Hebrew. All right, and then we're gonna do it in the English. I'll do the first 5, the last 2. All right. Okay, here we go. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 29. In the Hebrew. Ka, Amar, Hamalat, Al, Yashayah, Lakam, Kazak Yehovah, Kaya, La'ah, Yowakal, Laha Tazayal, Afkam, Mayadwa, verse 30. All Yabatak, Afkam, Kazak Yehovah, all Yahweh Lamar Tazal, Yatazayal now, Yahweh, Wala'ah, Nathan, Ha'ayar, Haza'af, Bayar, Malak, Ashawar, verse 31. All, Sashemaiwa, all, Chazak Yehovah, Kaya, Ka, Amar, Malak, Ashawar, Aishawa, Afya, Baraka, Wataza Awa, Alia, Kalwa, Ayash, Gaba Panwa, Ayash, Nathwa, Shafya, Ayash, Maya, Bawarwa, verse 32. I, Aya, Wala Kwa Kak, Wala Kwa Kafia, Afcom, all, Arataza, Arataza, come, Arataza, the gun, with a Yawa, Rosh, Arataza, Lakam, Wakaram, Yum, Arataza, Zayath, Yatazahar, Wata Bash, Wakai Yawa, Wala, some Maswa, were all, Shemaiwa, all, Kazak Yehovah, Kaya, Yasayath, Afkam, Amar, Yahweh, Yataza Yalnawa. Verse 33. Haha Tazal, Hataza Yalawa, Allahaya, Hagawayam, Ayash, Aratazawa, Mayad, Malak, Ashawar. Verse, go ahead and read 34 and 35. Verse 34 in Hebrews.
Okay. Verse 34. Ayaha. Hala. Ayah. Alahaya. I forgot what that first one.
That's a cut.
So. Kamathum. Kathum.
Kamath.
Kamath. Waya. Waya. Will you pod?
Pod.
Pod. Will you pod?
Mm-hmm.
Ayaha.
Yeah, go ahead.
Will you pod? Ayan. Ayah.
Come.
Alahaya.
Excellent.
Sapar.
Mm-hmm.
Sapar William.
Excellent.
I.
A 9. That's a 9 in the middle.
Oh, that's an N?
Come.
Oh, come. A nod. What?
Come.
Kaya. Bataza Yalawa.
Come.
Off.
Come.
Shum. Shamar Wak.
It's a nothing.
Shamarna. Shamarwan.
Come.
Muyadaya.
Yadya.
Verse 35. Muyah. Bakol. Yalahaya. No, it's Al Hayat.
You got to write the first one. You got to put the Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Come.
Ha'a. Retaza wa.
Mm-hmm.
Ashar. Hataze Yalawa.
Hataze Yahweh.
Hataze Yahweh.
Come.
Off. Ratazim.
Aratism.
Mm-hmm. But you said that was Mayadya.
Come.
Kuya.
Come.
Yataze Yo.
Come.
Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
Off. You're raw. Yeah. All right. You ever was Shalom?
Yerushalayim. It's Jerusalem.
Yerushalayim.
Come.
Mayadya. Mayadya.
Excellent. Right. Let's go ahead and read that in the English. We're in 2 Kings chapter 18, 29 to 35. Let's read it in the English.
Verse 29. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 29. Thus saith the king, let not Hezekiah deceive you, for he shall not be able to deliver you out of his hands. Verse 30. Neither let Hezekiah make you trust in the Most High, saying, the Most High will surely deliver us, and this city shall not be delivered into the hand of king of Assyria. Verse 31. Hearken not to Hezekiah, for thus saith the king of Assyria, make an agreement with me by a present, and come out to me, and then eat ye every man of his own vine, and every one of his own fig tree, and drink ye every one of the waters of the cistern. Verse 32. until I come and take you away to the land like your own land, a land of corn and wine, a land of bread and vineyards, a land of oil and olive and of honey, that ye make live and not die, and hearken not unto Hezekiah when he persuaded you, saying, the Most High will deliver us. Verse 33. Have any of the gods of the nations delivered at all his hand out of the hand of king of Assyria? Verse 34. Where are the gods of Hamath and of Arpad? Where are the gods of Sepharvaim, Hinah, and Ivah? Have they delivered Samaria out of my hand? Verse 35. Who are they among all the gods of the countries that have delivered their country out of my hand, that the Most High should deliver Jerusalem out of my hand?
All right, we're going to be reading 2 Kings chapter 18, 36 to 37, and then 2 Kings 19. We're going to go 1 through 5. Okay. All right, 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 36 and 37. I'm going to have you read verses 4 and 5 and 19. Actually, let's add one more. Let's do 3, 4, and 5. So I'll read 4 and you read 3.
Come.
All right, 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 36. Waha Korai Yashua, Ha'aim, Wala Ainawa, Afwa, Dabar, Kaya, Matazawaf, Hamalak, Haya, La'amar, La'a, Fa'ai, Nahawa. Verse 37. Waya Ba'a, Ala Yakyam, Ban, Kalakyam, Ashar, Abayath, Washabana'a, Asapar, Waya Wa'ak, Ban, Asap, Hamazakyar, Kazak Yahweh, Korawaya, Bagadium, Waya Gadwa, Lawa, Dabarium, Rob, Shaqua. 2 Kings chapter 19, verse 1. 2 Kings chapter 19, verse 1. Wayahaya, Kashamai, Hamalak, Kazak Yahweh, Wayakorai, Bagadyawa, Wayafasak, Bashak, Wayaba'a, Bayath, Yahweh. Verse 2. Wayashalak, Ala Yakyam, Ashar, Abayath, Washabana'a, Hasapar, Ba'ath, Zaquanya, Hakahanyam, Hathakashiam, Bashakyam, Yeshai Yahweh, Hanabaya'a, Ban, Amawataza, Amawataza. All right, go ahead. Verse 3.
Okay. Verse 3. Well, ya Amora. Allah Yawa. Kaha. Ka. Amar. Kazakwaya. Hawa. Kazakwa Hawa.
Kazak Yahweh.
Kazak Yahweh.
Come.
Okay. Right. your more, your one.
Come.
Says a raha. Wak, wak, na, wak, na.
With wak ka. It's a ka.
And a huh at the end.
Yeah, but the ka and the ha because
Huh. Okay.
ka.
When taza huh
Come.
to your one. Baza,
Mm-hmm.
khia, ba'awa,
Come.
banayam,
Bunyan.
banya,
Come.
aid, Mishabar,
Come.
Wakan, Wakan.
That's a ka then.
Okay. Wakaka,
Ka.
Wakak,
Come.
Ayawa,
It's a nut then.
Ayana,
Put the yum and the nut together. They're connected.
Ayan,
Come.
Lala, Laladia, Lalada,
Well, da. Come.
Lalada. Okay, Lalada. Verse 4. Awoya,
Mm-hmm.
Yeshamya, Yeshema,
Come.
Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
Yalla, Yak, Yalla Yak.
Alahayaka.
Where? After Yahweh?
No, it's Allah. Yeah, Alahayaka. There's a ka at the end stands on its side.
Okay. Allah Hayaka.
Come.
Ah.
Right, keep it going.
Okay. Kol. The Baria. Rab. Shikwaha. Ashar. Shalakwa. Malak. Ashawar. Ada Nayawa. Adi Adanyawa.
Come.
Lak. Lak. It's not enough.
It's a ka. Mm-hmm.
At the end.
Oh, that's a pa at the end. That's a pa for the end.
That's a puff.
Yeah, at the end.
Alright.
That's all. The pa's look two different ways. And it's at the end. It looks like that.
Lak rup.
Like a rock.
Like a rock.
Come.
Ala hayam. Khia.
Come. 2 Kings 19, verse 4. So.
Wahawak. Waha. 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 Wak.
Keep reading.
Yaka. Wahawak. Yaka.
Wahawa kayak.
Waha. Wahawa kayak.
Khan.
Bad. Barya.
But the barring.
But the bar.
Khan.
Ashar. Shemai.
Excellent.
Yahweh. Alahayan.
It's a cut.
Alayat. Alahayaka.
Excellent.
When a sha'af.
Excellent.
The pala.
Excellent.
Ba'ai.
Excellent.
Excellent. Doing good, man. Somebody was praying.
Hasha'ai Raya. Oh, that's ya. Raya. Alright, so Aisha Raya.
Asha. Asha. Arya.
Aisha Arya. Aisha
I need it.
Arya.
That's a ha. Asha. Arya.
Hasha Arya. Hana Hana Mataza'ah.
Ain't no way you can call them in the back here.
I can't call it. I can't check it.
He's
That was it.
I don't know nothing.
Well, you gotta go to the first 5.
Okay, come. Verse 5.
Everything is
Will
in
you Iowa?
be good.
Will you Iowa?
What about Awa?
Will you Iowa?
Where you Awa?
Will you Iowa? Abadiya.
Badya.
Bali.
Mhm.
Come. Come a lot.
Excellent.
To the point one. Kazak. Yahweh.
Excellent.
Al. Yeshai. Yahweh.
Excellent work. Excellent. Good work, man. Good work. All right, let's go ahead and read in the English. 2 Kings 18:36 through 7, and then 1 through 5.
Come. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 36. But the people had their peace and answered him not a word. For the king's commandments was, saying, answer him not. Verse 37. Then came Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, which was over the household, and Shebna, the scribe, and Jonah, the son of Asaph, the recorder, and Hezekiah with their clothes rent, and told him the words of Rabshakeh. Verse 19. 2 Kings chapter 19, verse 1. And it came to pass, when King Hezekiah heard it, that he rent his clothes and covered himself with sackcloth and went into the house of the Most High. And he sent Eliakim, which was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and the elders of the priests, covered with sackcloth, to Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos. Verse 3. And they said unto him, Thus saith Hezekiah, this day is a day of trouble and of rebuke and blasphemy, for the children of it, for the children are come to the birth, and there is not strength to bring forth. It may be the Most High thine power will hear all the words of Rabshakeh, whom the king of Assyria his master hath sent to reproach the living power. And I will reprove the words which the Most High thine power hath heard. Wherefore lift up thine prayer for the remnant that are left. Verse 5. So the servant of King Hezekiah came to Isaiah.
Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and finish it off. We're reading in 2 Kings 19. We're going to read verses 6 through 12. All right, 2 Kings chapter 19, 6 through 12. I'll read for you. 2 Kings chapter 19, verse 6. Wayamar laham Yeshai Yahuwah ka Marwan all Adonyakum ka Amar Yahweh all Vayawah Mapunya Hadabarium Ashar Shemaith so I can see some of the Shemaith Ashar the Dakwa the Arya Malak Ashawar Afya. Verse 7. Hananiah, the Thun, Bawa, Rakah, was Shammai, Shemawaiha, was Shah, La Aratazawa, Waha Palathiawa, Bakarab, Baaratazawa. Verse 8. Let's see. Verse 8. Wayashah, Rab, Shaqua, Wayamataza, Malak, Ashawar, Nalakam, Labana, Kaya, Shemai, Kaya, Nasai, Malakya. Verse 9, Wayashemai, all, Tharahal, Kwa, Malak, Kawash, Lamar, Hana, Yataza, Laha, Lakam, Asak, Wayashah, Wayashalak, Mala Akyam, all Kazak Yahuwah, La'amar. Finish it off 10 through 12. Ka.
Yeah.
2 Kings 19, verse 10.
The Amor, one.
Excellent.
One.
Excellent.
The Amar one.
Excellent.
Al. Kazak. Yahweh.
Excellent.
Malak. Yahwada. Yahwada.
That's Judah.
Yahweh.
Excellent.
La'amar. Al.
That's it, 19 and 10. 19 and 10.
So,
1910.
common concept.
Yeshaka,
Excellent.
Alahayak,
Just make that cut stand on its own at the end.
Alayaha, Alayahaka,
Alahayaka.
Alahayaka,
Mhm.
Ashar, uh, Atha'a, Ataha. How you say it again?
The thumb and the heart are connected.
How you pronounce
A thumb.
it? Atha.
Mhm.
Come on, come. Atha.
Mhm.
The top,
Excellent.
I can see that's the brother name right there.
Time.
Yeah.
the Wa,
Mhm.
the Amor, the Ah,
Mhm.
Dun the Wa, Dun Dwa, Dun the Wa, or Dun, oh, Dun Ta, or Dun Ka,
That's a nut at the end. There's two nuts in there. There's
Oh.
one at the end and then the second
the Na,
son of thun,
Dun a Dun,
because it's the word give or handle.
Dun a Tha,
Son of thun.
Dun a Dun.
Mhm.
Sure. Yoruba was Shar. I mean, Yoruba was Shalom.
So that ra and that wa are connected. And that's the word Jerusalem.
Yerwa,
Mm-hmm.
Shalom.
The rock shalom. Good. Mhm.
Yerwa, Shalom.
Mhm.
The Yadad. The Yad.
Oh yeah, excellent. The word hand.
Malak.
Mm-hmm.
Shalak, Shalak.
Ashawar.
He repeat that for me what you said. That was Yarawa.
Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim. Because the ra and the wa are connected, so it'll be Yerushalayim.
Yarawa.
Yara. The ra and the wa are connected in that, so it'll be Yerushalayim.
Verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Hanah. Hanah.
Good enough. That's the whole.
Atha.
Mm-hmm.
Shemayatha.
Ice.
Shemayith.
Mm-hmm.
Yah. I mean, Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Ashar.
Mm-hmm.
Shawa.
Excellent.
Malakin.
Excellent.
Ashar. Ashawar. Ashawar.
Mm-hmm.
Lakwa. Lakol.
Excellent.
Ha'ar. Ha'ara. All right. I'm in verse 11, right? So, Ha'a, Rataza Wat,
Excellent.
Laha, Lahakarium, 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 Wa'atha,
Excellent.
Dun Tazala.
Synoptizol.
Say it again.
Synoptizol.
The not
Synoptizol. Means like to liver.
okay.
All right.
Verse 11.
Verse 12.
Verse 12. Hataza Yalawa. Hataza Lawa.
Hataza Yol.
Hataza Yol. No. Yawa. Lawa. Hataza. Can you say it again?
Hataza Yol.
Hataza Yol. Okay. A thumb. Allahayim.
Excellent.
Hagawayim.
So the gun and the one are connected in that. Hagarium.
Hagarium. Awashar. My slides.
No, keep going.
Ashar. Shock. Ball. Keep. I had that. The TH. The what? Tash.
Shikaswa.
The what?
Shikaswa.
Shikaswa.
There's no well, beginning and then it's a Shikaswa.
Shikaswa. Is Abawa Thiam.
Abawafia.
Off. Go with Zan. Wa'af.
Excellent. Quran.
Taza Pah. Taza. Wabani. About Adan.
It's Eden.
Ashar. Bath. La. Bath La Ashar.
Excellent. Good work. All right, let's finish it off in English. Excellent work. All right, let's read 2 Kings chapter 19. We're going to read 6 through 12 in the English. Good work.
2 Kings chapter 19, verse 6. And Isaiah said unto them, Thus shall ye say to your master, Thus saith the Most High, Be not afraid of the words which thou hast heard, with which the servant of the king of Assyria hath blasphemed me. Verse 7. Behold, I will send a blast upon him, and he shall hear a rumor, and shall return to his own land, and I will cause him to fall by the sword in his own land. Verse 8. So Rabshakeh returned and found the king of Assyria warring against Lebanon, for he had heard that he was departed from Lachish. And when he heard say of Tirhakah, king of Ethiopia, behold, he is come out to fight against thee. He sent messengers again unto Hezekiah, saying, verse 10, thus shall ye speak to Hezekiah, king of Judah, saying, let not thine God in whom thou trusteth deceive thee, saying, Jerusalem shall not be delivered into the hand of the king of Assyria. Verse 11, behold, thou hast heard what the king of Assyria have done to all lands by destroying them utterly, and shall thou be delivered? Verse 12, have the Most High of the nations delivered them which my fathers have destroyed, as Gozan and Haran and Reseph and Rezeph and the children of Eden, which were in the Larsha, the Larsha.
Excellent.
See?
Good work. Good work so far. All right. All right. So that will conclude that for the day. Just the people up here. I'm Mario.
Yahweh Shalom. Men of Israel, Amadium. Amadium. Wapinya Hakwadam, which means rise and face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer. We're going to be reading in the first in the Hebrew, then in the English. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Badash, Ayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak Wafka, Laba'ah, Retazayah, Ayah, Isha, Arakza. Kawa, Ayah, Shemayim, Latan Lanawa, Lakam, Ko, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kabawak Lanawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawab Yanawa, Wala'ah, Dabayai Nawa, Banasayawan, Abo, Hawashai Nawa, Maya, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapa Arak, Wahatapa Arak, La'aywalamyam,
Avalamium,
Ahmad.
Aman. And in the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
In earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debt
Forgive us our debts.
as we forgive our debtors.
We forgive our debts.
And lead us not
Lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom
and the power,
and the power
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. This is the power. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Hashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Baba Kushah,
Baruch Kushah,
Latan Lanawa,
Lathan Lanawa,
Hakat,
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 Lar Pa'ah,
Lara Pa'ah,
Ko Marakal,
Konakala,
What a Ko Marawa,
Wakal Madawa,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Ha Mataza, Ranyam,
Hamatasa Ryan,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Lahakwim,
Lahakwim,
Hamakyam,
Hamathim,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Awakara,
Awakawa,
Hatama Allah,
Hatama Allah,
Labarashan,
Labarashan,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
the water, Aman,
Aman, in the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahushua.
please give us the power,
Please give us the
the power to heal,
power to heal
all manner of sickness,
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of
the
disease,
power to cleanse the leper,
power to cleanse the leper,
the power to raise the dead,
power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
power against unclean
to
spirits,
cast them out,
cast them out,
in the name of
in
Yahushua.
the name of Yahushua.
Thank you,
Thank you.
so be it.
So be it.
SAR, which means a term. This concludes the service.
Men of Israel, we're going to get one courtesy salute to the teacher. Amadium Shabbat, Amadium, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Baruch.
Saw, which means turn. Men of Israel, now we're going to get one courtesy salute to the teachers, to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadium Shabbat, Amadium, Barak,
Yahweh Shabbat Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shema El Adam Rashem Yahweh Shah.
Yaya Matap, class dismissed.